Hey guys, I'm Ryan from Feather and Finch Photography, and I'm going to talk to you about an all-amazing venue on the Gold Coast called Summergrove Estate in Bellamble. So it's kind of northern New South Wales, kind of lower Gold Coast, but I want to talk to you about this amazing, popular wedding destination. I've photographed there so many times, and every time I go there, it's unique, it's different. The coordinators and the whole team there are absolutely amazing at what they do, and it is my second home. So I absolutely love the place, and think if you are looking for a wedding venue on the Gold Coast and you're after some hinterland views, an amazing team, a beautiful barn, possibly chapel or outdoors, yeah, you can't go wrong with this beautiful Summergrove Estate. I'm going to talk to you about a recent wedding that I photographed there, and I want to showcase how I captured the wedding and also talk to you guys about where light is, what time a great sunset is, and you can also forward this on to your photographer or use this as any reference. So as I scroll down, this is a full wedding gallery that was photographed at Summergrove Estate. So this day was quite foggy and rainy. We had a friend, a kookaburra, come through, and we've got the guys here practicing their choreographed dance. And around about this time, it was about 12 o'clock, midday. The guys had checked into their villa, and I had been with the bride for about half an hour prior, just getting a few makeup shots. So headed off. So, if this was a 3 p.m. ceremony, so I had photographed from 12 to 1 with the groom side, and then 1 to kind of 3 o'clock with the bride side. Now, as I go in, the guys are kind of kicking around, having drinks, having a laugh, and I'll just move myself down here. And this is a villa that Summergrove Estate has. Gets amazing light. It's a real cool place to just chill. At the back door out here, the guys rubbing the mud off their feet, is a beautiful grass area where you'll see where we do some photos. So the gents are getting ready, and we're moving through here. Now, a few portraits in here. Again, like I said, nice light, really nice light to create some beautiful dramatic imagery. Then the gents come out for a bit of a beer, and it hadn't been raining, which was really cool, but Summergrove has so many options where there are indoor areas and other areas to photograph if it is raining and you're not happy to get wet. And then back off to the bride. So this is the barn. This is a new barn that Summergrove, I think it's been around for a year or two now. All popular, so amazing. This is about 1 p.m. now, and Shay, the bride, had just been finishing her hair and makeup, and I photographed all the details on the outdoor area. This is in the beauty room. So the beauty room's within the barn. So that's generally where the receptions are held indoors. And this is Shay just finishing off her makeup. Now, all the bridesmaids, this is just outside the beauty room. So, within 2 meters, we have this courtyard area here where you can kind of chill out. And if guests do arrive, they can't see you at all, which is all vital because you don't want to be hanging around the grounds unless you want to be seen in your wedding dress. And now we're at the front of the barn. So now it's about 1:30. The girls are waiting for Shay to finish her makeup and getting some beautiful photos out the front of the barn. And we do a bit of a reveal here. So Shay's coming out of the barn and the girls get to see her for the first time. Getting beautiful imagery like this. Summergrove Estate with these white walls. A lot of light is bouncing off the walls because it's not absorbed by a dark color. We create kind of beautiful imagery here. So the girls are getting a few portraits before the ceremony start time, and Shay's just doing her thing in her wedding dress. And now you can see this is just inside the barn. So creating some dramatic light is not hard. You just need to have the right team, I guess. But this is inside the barn. Looks like a studio portrait, low key. And then we're going up to more high key photos. And so now it just started raining. The guests arrived, but luckily the rain didn't hang around. And how cool is this? So you can have your dog, I'm pretty sure, and your pet at Summergrove. They had a pet sitter who minded the dog and made sure that the rings arrived safely. And a big bus as well arrives. You can see here all the guests arriving. I think they were staying in Kingscliff, which is a super popular area, and all coming up together and all leaving together, which I think is amazing because you don't want people drink driving on the wedding day. So I was going to set up for the ceremony. This is the chapel at Summergrove Estate. You can see the pup coming down the aisle. How cool is that? And delivering the rings and seeing Dad for the first time. And this chapel, of seeing weddings well and truly over 100, and there's still so much space as a photographer to photograph, which is key to be able to move and create imagery that represents the client's story, and capturing these little intimate moments with space in the chapel. It allows, like I said, movement, and also getting big photos, and also those small ones that are in between. And we skim through here. Like I said, beautiful chapel up here, overlooking the hinterland, and we're going down through the gallery here. So, they had acoustic here, some beautiful music. Grandma's throwing the confetti a bit too early. And also another cool thing, you're allowed to have, I think it's biodegradable or just confetti, but you need to make sure and clarify with them. But how cool is these photos here, where there's heaps of energy in these photos, inside with all their family and friends, and we head outside now. You can see the chapel in the background, so beautiful. All these candid moments, these moments are amazing, I think. I really love them. And the girls here cleaning up. You see the chapel down here, and the fun big group photo in front of this beautiful chapel. It would look so amazing printed and put on the wall. And then now we actually chilled out, so we were running early, which is great. And we went back into the chapel, and the bridal party actually had canapes and some drinks, and just got to kick back for a little bit. So if you are planning a wedding, it's really important, I think, to have that time just to breathe before going off for photos. So anyway, so here we go. We head off for photos, and this area down here is literally 20 meters up from this chapel. So we were wary of the rain, so I don't want to venture too far, just in case it come down. But you can see these cool selection of photos here, and the bridesmaid all got a photo of Shay each. And there's this beautiful, I just love the symmetry of this hedge and the trees and stuff like that. And we head through to the guys. Now, bridal party sharing a few drinks and getting some cool photos. And like I said, stuff like this, this high energy and exciting. It's all about the atmosphere, and Summergrove definitely does well with catering for wedding parties. And now Shay and Andrew off for their photos, so they're heading off. You can see back here we got the golf buggy if we need one. We've also got a van we can jump into if it does start raining, and the girls were always on hand, willing to help out. So get some photos in front of the chapel, and we head through the vineyard. And and we're off to the all famous fig tree down the bottom. It's an amazing little place. And there's so many options. You can see, like I said, if we go back up from the chapel down to the vineyards, down to the fig tree, some wide, crazy, epic landscape photo. And then we head back up, creating some soft imagery with the beautiful green. Then we find a little spot with long grass, and allow them to connect and just be themselves and enjoy the moment. You can see up here the barn is up here, so we're literally just down here. The guests didn't even know, and Shay's just having a moment there. And we're just down here, and we've got music on, and we're just we're having a great time. And we're about to enter reception, but before that, we're heading back up to this area. So, like I said, this is only one little selection of Summergrove. There's so many places you guys, if you are inquiring with or considering this as a wedding venue, to have photographs taken up the top here. And now we're heading to a reception. So I've ducked in, I've photographed all the friends and family, and you can see we've got photo booths set up over here, and then we've got the DJ and musos over here. So it depends on how you have your setup. The girls at Summergrove and stuff like that will always advise the best, especially with lighting and power and stuff like that. So we've got the crew arriving. Nan's up on the chair already, ready to party. I love it. And we got the speeches. So like you see, this is all ambient light, meaning there's no flash, and creating these moments, capturing these moments. This is a personal image of emotion and connection and high energy and low energy. Because there is a lot of space to move, these things can be photographed a lot easier, or not necessarily easier, but they can be photographed. And the chef's cooking up a storm, so I've been there many, many times, photographed many, many weddings, and it's always amazing. I think I had got recently asked, because you've been to so many wedding venues, you've photographed so many couples, what is the best wedding meal? And I said, this is amazing. A lot of people haven't been to as many weddings as, your vendors. So if you are thinking, oh, what do we have? Speak to your vendors. They're there every week. They're eating what's at the venue, and they can always generally advise, but you can't go wrong with this. And look at this. It turns into a crazy antiques dance floor. It's cool. Photo booths are behind the scenes, so you can get the photo booth set up. And now we're just finishing off the speeches and the first dance. Is really cool to have all your guests have some space and move around, and we work through. So, and we go to the choreographed dance, and then it just gets wild. And then the lights go out, the dance floor opens, and Summergrove turns it on. Love this. Just going wild. Shay's grabbing the mic, letting it rip, and we go through, and just gets a little bit wild on the dance floor. That's what it's about, having fun and mingling, hitting a few shoeies. Seen a few of them this year. It's awesome, and it's what it looks like from afar. So I love walking back and capturing that moment, and espresso martinis, the crew, so many photos. But you can kind of see, Summergrove come to light. Sparkler exits, they also allow that, which is awesome, just out the front of the barn. But if I go back up, the main reason I wanted to do this video was to talk about Summergrove Estate and also lighting on their wedding day. So if we go back to the portraits and we go up to the sunset or final portraits, the sunset's on the obviously west side, which is just behind this hill here, more off to the left. So if I look up here, it's more off to here. Now, you can jump on Google, put in your wedding date, and find out what time sunset is. Now, let's say sunset's scheduled for 5:20 p.m. Tweed Heads time or New South Wales time on your wedding date. Be wary at 5:20 p.m. Generally, from my experience, the sun is already below the ridgeline and you lose light very fast. I always, have a buffer of 20 minutes prior to sunset that we need to be in the location that we're going to photograph if the sun does appear. So if it's 5:20 scheduled at 5 p.m., that's generally around about your last light. But the coordinators at Summergrove do know the property obviously really well, and they will also advise of, where to be and what time. But just be wary that you are on a hill, but you're surrounded by other hills. So you do lose light a little quicker, which is not a bad thing at all. It means you generally will be able to get into the reception and party on. But you're planning your wedding, and I hope this really helps. If you have any questions about Summergrove Estate, feel free to contact me or Summergrove, and I'll be back there very soon.